a world full of chaos, we are your outlet to voice your frustrations. The world's first interactive podcast where the audience can become a guest of the show. Presenting your hosts, Devin G. Ewart and Patrick Martin.
And we are live. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, how y'all doing? How y'all doing today?
I hope y'all doing well. It is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday? I thought it was Thursday.
Thursday?
No,
it's
Friday.
Wednesday.
I thought it was Friday.
No, it's Wednesday, unfortunately. It's hump day, bro. March 31st. We are season 1, episode 12.
Damn, already 12?
I know, I can't believe it either. I was like,
Wow.
double checking this. Is that right? 12 already? Damn.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Time goes by fast when you're having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we got a podcast today? Oh, shit, we need to get shit together.
Nah, never.
Really?
It's organic, man. It just happens.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so in the news today.
In the news.
There's so much crap going on in this.
There is. It's kind of hard to dissect and pick and choose which ones to pull. And
Yep, it is. Oh, sorry, I said yep. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I said that twice.
oh my gosh. Yeah, see, he's working on his.
I'm working on my yep and everything, and
Dave Hester
and all that.
Oh, and all that too. Yeah, that's another one.
Oh God, I listened to one of the podcasts. And I counted how many all that's I said, and like
and how many?
I want to say a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said 7.
In a couple minutes.
In a couple minutes.
Holy Jesus!
So you can only imagine what it would be like in a whole damn hour.
Or a whole show. Now we're going to have people that are going to be tallying how many times you say it.
And all that.
Now because you brought it up, there's another one.
And all that.
There's another one.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody keep track how many times I say yep and all that today, okay? Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, let's have a little scorecard, a little scoreboard for Patrick. And he's, yep.
Yeah, why not? What the hell, you know? So, anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of news today. And Devin, you want to get it started? How about the alligator in Argyle?
Yes. So apparently there is a alligator in Argyle.
Did I just snort?
You might have.
Oh, shit.
And what makes this story so kind of funny and what we kind of had to stop and watch it like 15 times was not so much the story itself, but the commentary and the hold on, I gotta skip the ads. You know how these news organizations are. Yeah, the one of the ladies which I'm gonna play it here in a second. All right, okay, yeah. So one of the ladies in this news story or whatever
News clip.
Thank you.
Right.
Just cracked us up. Like we watched it like 2 or 3 times, and so that's what I am about to share with you. The people.
The people of Frustration Nation.
That's right. And here we go.
A little scary.
Just up the street, Megan Mann sums up how the neighborhood Facebook page took the news.
Well, in the neighborhood are sort of going, okay, do we put our house up for sale?
Spent the day watching the marsh from a balcony.
Yeah, so that was just part 1 where she says, "What do we do? Put the house up for sale?" And I'm like, "Yes, because that's my first thought." Whenever
really?
I see an alligator.
Over an alligator, put your house up for sale?
And it only gets worse. And so thank you WFAA for that audio gold and video gold. But yeah, this lady, whoever they're interviewing, just cracked me up. Like it the stuff that she says, I'm like, is she for real? Is she really serious about what she's saying?
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, so apparently, the story behind the story is that there's an alligator that's in the creek or whatever the heck it is, and it's about a 7 to 8 foot alligator. So I figured, Kayla of all people could relate to that one. But yeah, like it just cracked me up.
Since she's Cajun?
Yeah, she's Cajun, they probably eat that.
That's not a 7 or 8 footer. That's more like a 6 footer.
She's like, that's a baby.
Yeah.
We had those as pets in our pool.
Right.
But no, yeah, so the funny thing behind that story was just this lady's like, and
put your house up for sale. What do we do? Put our house up for sale? What about my little babies? What about my 2-year-old kid? What about this? Well, keep them from the damn creek.
Right? I mean, it's like common sense.
A 2-year-old shouldn't even be close to a creek anyway, man.
Right? Yeah, a large body of water. And it's funny, the homeowner that actually flew his drone over to get the footage of the alligator was always joking that, he thought there was probably an alligator in there. I was like, well, at least he was smart enough to not only think that, but fly a drone and be like, yep, my thoughts are verified now.
That's one.
That's one? Oh,
yeah, you said yep.
I did, or you?
Yep, that's one. You
just said it, so therefore...
No, I said that you said yep.
Oh, okay.
So that's one.
Kayla says, that's good eating.
Of course you say that. She's from New Orleans.
Hey, maybe we should go catch it.
Go catch it.
We can have that with our crawfish on Sunday.
Well, maybe we can just go catch it and save that lady from selling her house.
Oh, my God, right?
Dumbass.
Kayla said they can call me the Gator Wrestler.
Okay, go out there and do it.
Yep, go ahead. We'll video
get it.
We'll
go
live
get
stream.
And then I'll stand there. Oh, man, no more Kayla. Oh, shit. Well, I don't know. That's probably the most funniest, story out there right now.
Yeah, because a lot of the other ones are dark and grim, and so that's why I figure we'll start out the show on a high note, and then we'll kind of work our way,
and then descend down.
Descend down like we're landing.
Yeah. So, what else is happening in local news? Dallas Police, they continue to crack down on street racing.
Which I had to pull this article because back when I was just getting my license,
you were a street racer.
I may or may not have been involved, and I may or may not have about 3 years worth of footage of underground street races.
Oh yeah. And
what was funny is one of the times I was there, WFAA Channel 8, I think it was WFAA, or it might have been NBC5, I can't remember. They were there undercover, all black. They had their cameras all taped so you couldn't see the logo, and they were filming the underground like race circuit and everything else. And so I shot him shooting the races just because I was like, hey, this is a thing. And not only is it a thing, like it's apparently newsworthy and people are actually they're filming. But anyway, long story short, like it was a big thing, and I remember it used to be Thursday nights, and it would start around like midnight, and it would go till 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm kid you not, like where Regal Row and Northwest Highway and all that?
Yeah, I know it's that.
It would turn into a parking lot at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and it was like there's no cars getting through. And I remember one of the places was Frito-Lay, and they have all deliveries and all that sort of stuff that they got to do at night.
Right.
Or actually early morning, late at night. Well, they couldn't even leave. Like, they couldn't even exit out of their facility because of all the street races and stuff that was going on. But, I was there 2.5 years, whatever, and filmed it and never saw any accidents. I saw a lot of stupid people. And I did get video of some, fights breaking out and everything.
Yeah, but that's common nowadays that you see a lot of stupid people.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's more common now.
I mean, just look at the alligator lady.
Yeah, I know. But it's more common now than back then when you were doing a little street racing.
Yeah, well, and the thing was, I was one of the few people that had a camera, you know what I mean? And the camera footage right now, like, if you looked at it now, is like, it's so grainy, and I think it was like 480p. It wasn't even 1080. Like,
oh, yeah.
We're talking like mini DV crap quality, but it was a Canon. It was a nice camera, just yeah, the quality wasn't that great. That's why I never put it out there because I was like, I can't.
Was it one of those early Canons?
I still have it actually. It was one of those ones where the Canon decided instead of doing like a regular camcorder, they built it upright, almost like a cell phone. Like it was
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and it had like the little screen that flipped out on the side.
Yeah,
and all that
I've
stuff. But
seen
it
those.
literally it fit in your hand, but it fit vertically instead of horizontally, like most video cameras and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so apparently in this street racing, they conducted 149 traffic stops. They handed out 115 citations and made 41 arrests. And in doing so, they say two guns were recovered.
Oh my God! Really? Seriously? Two guns were recovered?
Yeah.
Oh.
But hold on. One of the drug encounters, they had 13 encounters with drugs. So I don't know if they're trying to tie in it's like drug related or whatever. But one of the confiscations had 1 kilo of black tar heroin. So
Oh shit!
yeah.
That's some pretty stiff shit.
Yeah. When they said that in one police incidents, there was over 20 vehicles that were involved in street racing or whatnot, and one of the vehicles actually struck a police cruiser. So I don't know if they're just getting more ballsy or
They're getting more ballsy.
and it might have something to do with the drugs.
Well, if it has anything to do with millennials or Gen Z, they're getting a little bit more ballsy.
Right, which is crazy because the amount of phones and everything else that are out there, it's just like you're self-incriminating yourself. And I may or may not have been one of those.
It's 1 and 1.
I saw it.
It's
I
1
heard
and
it.
1. Damn it, 1 and 1. Shit.
Yeah, Kayla said.
But I was just agreeing with you, so
Okay.
that's why I said.
All right, I got it.
Okay, so I'll take that one down.
So Kayla says probably a Mustang driver. No, in all
Mustang
actuality,
driver.
out of all the cars that I saw do stupid stuff,
It was a Mercedes.
no, it was a Mustang.
It's a Mercedes.
Man, I didn't even see a Mercedes out there. Come on now.
It was a Mercedes convertible gray.
Hey, you better watch yourself.
License plate.
Hey,
I'm
ho.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to turn those levels down so nobody can hear that. Might just have to mute you altogether. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, so it was...
Mute me.
I saw...
No, I'm just kidding.
dude, this one time, this guy pulls up with his truck, right? And I'm like, oh, really? A truck's going to race this Corvette? The dude opens his tailgate and drops down a four-wheeler.
Wow.
to race a Corvette on a street in downtown Dallas. And I was like, oh my God, I've seen it all.
Right?
But yeah, so that's pretty much that story in a nutshell. On police and related news, we have some sad news to report. The DPS trooper, Chad Walker, he did finally pass away today. From his injuries that were involved with a vehicle that was pulled over, and the guy inside the vehicle, I don't know if any of y'all know the story, but it was a Texas state trooper who went to render aid and apparently got shot at from the vehicle through his vehicle while he was in his vehicle. And he was, on life support, and he was basically hanging on by a thread. And he officially passed this evening. And
Was it this evening?
yeah, it was today. Like literally, I had pulled the story, and then about an hour or two later, he passed away. Like it was official that they said he passed away.
Oh, wow. That's sad.
So he did one final deed before he did pass, which was giving the gift of life. He was an organ donor, and so because of him, now other people are gonna actually have life. And the donor list just got less and less.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kayla said he had brain damage, and they took him off the machines. So
Right.
yeah, so I mean, it's a tragic story of what happened, but at least a happy ending is that other people are gonna benefit from him being a donor. So
Yeah, that's sad because I mean, if the guy that shot him, if he would have lived, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, that Texas would have hung him.
yeah, unfortunately, he will never get his day in court because he did decide to commit suicide. The person the suspect that shot the officer, he ended up committing suicide.
Yeah, he
so.
took the chicken shit way out.
Right. So unfortunately, they will never see justice, and
that's too bad.
it is bad.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, Texas take care of their own DPS, Rangers, and any law enforcement around.
So speaking of Dallas, and unrelated but kind of related story. Residents at the iconic Dallas building South Side on Lamar, which I've actually been there several times, and I think that Amber Geiger or whatever, that happened in the South Side Lamar, didn't it?
Yeah, the Amber Geiger thing.
Yeah, that was at the South Side Lamar.
Oh, so it's there?
It's back in the news, but for a completely different reason.
Well, it's probably going to be back in the news because she's appealed. So.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, I saw that. And I don't know why she just won't take her 10 and just continue.
She's lucky to even.
I know.
She should have.
You know
what? They should come back around and give her 100 just because. Hey, look,
that's probably what they'll do.
Can they do that? Has that ever happened? Like where somebody appeals and the judge just says "fuck you" and then
the
extends it even longer.
Well, the judge won't say the.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you.
The judge won't come back and say "fuck you." You got 100 years. So. So we're getting religious now?
What is going on? Alexa's going. What'd she just say? Did she just swear at me?
Yeah, she did.
Did she?
She said, "Quit fucking with me, Devin."
That's what it sounded like she said.
Alexa
right here. She's about to go out my window.
No.
She said, "You need Jesus in your life." She started doing a prayer for me.
Maybe we all do. Who knows?
Right?
But
Jeez.
no. I mean, I just don't understand why she just wouldn't just take her 10 because it's already been a couple of years and just do rest of her 8 and that'll be it. But you got.
This is what happens is when you give somebody a lenient sentence when they deserve the full extent of the law.
Oh, I knew she was going to. I mean, when I was out there, when I was out of Tampa and we were all watching it.
Man, that was one of the few trials other than the OJ that I literally followed. Like,
I followed it.
Back when Facebook had watching parties, you remember that? Like, we actually had groups of people that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So sorry, back when you were at Tampa? Sorry to interrupt.
No, back when I was in Tampa, I was watching it, of course, because I was from here, and I knew about Amber. And wait, did I shave enough?
You looks like you missed some spots.
No, I didn't miss any spots.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Squirrel.
Damn.
Squirrel.
It's okay. It's all right. Who cares? I'll get rid of it tomorrow.
Nobody on iHeart or Spotify or iTunes or anything can see it.
Or can see that. Yeah. And Kayla, don't say nothing. Anyway, yeah, we were out there. We were watching that, and the verdict came across, and I was expecting like 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
And when they said 10, I went, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
that's like because I knew that, there was going to be, that there was going to be riots in downtown Dallas and all that. And I mean, that's what I was telling people out there. And so, I guess they weren't as bad as what I thought they were going to be.
Right.
And everything.
I see you trying to catch yourself.
I'm trying to catch myself.
All right, Katie. So what you just missed is we were talking about Southside on Lamar, and we were talking about how it made the news again, but for a different reason, and how it originally made the news for the Amber Geiger. So we kind of touched base on the whole Amber Geiger, where we were, what we did, that sort of thing, and now we're going back to the news story. So thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track there.
No, I mean that's the whole point of us having these topics so we can talk about
I remember. I mean, I remember the hanging out in Southside,
right,
out at David Card's place, poor David's, for a little while back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, so you know how we had all those ice storms and sub-zero temperatures like we're in Antarctica? Well, apparently it introduced mold. So there's 4 lawsuits right now that are filed against Southside on Lamar after residents said that they are getting sick, and one of them for over a year had upper respiratory, had double ear infections, and had all these sinus issues. And it wasn't until like a year plus later that one of the doctors actually swabbed her nose and found mold spores inside of her nose. So this kind of story I can relate to, because actually my parents had a similar issue. They were both sick for the longest time, and they couldn't figure out why they were sick. And then come to find out, they had carrier out for an unrelated issue, because they had nothing but problems with their AC units. So yeah, FYI, don't ever buy a carrier unit. And they did some tests, and apparently in the actual units they had mold that was growing. So now, as a precautionary type thing and as a solve, my parents actually installed these UV lights that go into the ducts that actually kill any type of bacteria or mold or anything that before it can generate and go out into the. I mean, because that's the worst thing. You think about a house, you're taking in air that's in the house, and then you're basically recirculating it outside. And yes, you have a filter and everything else, but that doesn't, not 100% effective, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's multiple lawsuits going on over at Southside Lamar, and people are moving out of their units, and people talking about it's like the worst migraines they ever had, and they just kept pumping everybody full of medicine to try to like get better, and it wasn't working.
So did your mother have a migraine?
My mother is a migraine. I mean, just playing.
Did your mom have a headache?
She did, and it wasn't because of me. So don't even try to go there. That's a whole nother.
Shut up, Devin. I got a fucking headache. I don't want to hear your bullshit.
Hey, for once in her life, she can't blame me.
Right.
Be like, Mom, you got scientific proof that says otherwise.
You are my headache, damn it. This is funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's that kind of wraps up the local news. So in U.S. news, this literally just happened a few hours ago. This is just breaking. Johnson & Johnson subcontractors ruined 15 million vaccine doses. Let me say that again, just so you can get the gravitation of 15 million doses now have to be flushed down the toilet. Or where are they going to go? Where are they going to dispose of them? On the black market. It's probably going to go on Amazon, eBay.
In Mexico. Yep. Uh-oh. That's 2-1.
What, did you say it?
Yeah, I just said it. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's 3-1.
See, I'm messing with you to run up that score.
Damn it. But no, yeah, they're going to sell it to Mexico.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
What I said, that it was delayed after one of its subcontractors ruined 15 million doses at a Baltimore factory over the last several weeks. So why are we just now hearing about this when it happened several weeks ago?
Well, it's the government, man. They just let out whatever they want to let out.
Well, and then you got to look at it. It's a third-party company. It's not even Johnson & Johnson. They hired a company, Emergent Biosolutions, to manufacture the active ingredient in the vaccine at its West Baltimore plant. And then workers mistakenly mixed ingredients for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine with those of another manufacturer's coronavirus shot, according to the two officials.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they be mixing it? You know what I mean? Like, unless they're just trying to rebrand another person's shot and saying it's ours.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing.
It sounds like there's some fuckery going on, like some major fuckery going on. The fact that they're mixing anything when they're given something from, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Then it just goes to show, is this, are other ones contaminated? Are the ones diluted? Like, why are they sending it off to a third party company?
Right.
Don't make no goddamn sense.
Did you just say what I think you said?
I did.
Okay.
The GD. Do you want to go ahead and talk about the next story?
All right. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein.
He's not dead. I mean, yeah, he didn't kill himself.
Be quiet, man. Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell brutally raped victim threatened to feed her to the gators if she ever said anything about it. Yeah. That's kind of hard to... I mean, I would believe that.
You would?
Yeah.
I don't know. That site doesn't look too credible to me. I'm looking at it.
Well,
Front page detectives.
you know,
Where did you
whatever.
get your...
Whatever, man. I mean, they just popped up and said, well, hey, man, this ain't bad. But, I mean, she's already been charged with one count of sex trafficking with a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I saw that come across the wire a couple days ago.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, so...
And they said, according to this site, they said...
we'll provide all the links to
yeah,
it. So if y'all ever want to fact check us.
According to the new lawsuit, the victim worked as a real estate broker in Broward County, Florida. Florida. Where she showed homes in Palm Beach in late 2006 and 2007. The victim had an 8-year-old son at the time. And Maxwell's been,
Indicted.
Yep. Not indicted. She's just been charged with the sex trafficking and...
Why
and
is
all
it
that.
taking this long? You know what I mean? Like,
Because big names are a big part of Epstein and all that. And so, I mean, and plus Epstein, he didn't hang himself.
Wait, I just said that and you told me to shut up.
That's because I wanted to say it.
You.
He was involved in the Clintons, man.
Yeah. I mean...
Anybody involved in the Clintons, they'll hang themselves.
Yeah. On accident.
On accident. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know how credible that is. I just threw it up there.
Yeah.
That's
my thing is I'm always big on verifying the story, verifying the source.
Right.
And obviously that's the journalism major in my
Did you see the video of Johnny Damon and his wife when he got pulled over for DWI in Orlando?
No. Really? I didn't even hear about this. I didn't even catch the radar.
I saw it.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh. He was trying to remain calm.
Uh-huh.
But it didn't really work. His wife was more combative than Johnny was.
Uh-huh.
And I've met Johnny a couple times. And so he's a pretty cool guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he just made a bad mistake. That's it. He had a bad day.
Oh, God, not this bad day theory again. Why does that keep coming up? Ever since that one police officer said, hey, yeah, he just had a bad day. It's like, it's coming up and reoccurring.
Fabrico? From Brazil and Rio. Hey, I've been to Rio. Rio's cool. I like Rio.
Fabricio. You got to say it right.
Fabricio. Okay, yeah.
Fabricio.
I'm sorry.
You got to roll the R. You got to,
Hey, I'm from
Texas.
So, I mean, Fabricio.
Hey, good evening, my Brazilian friends. Glad that you could join us. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Getting international exposure.
Yeah.
Leslie says, I'm not going to get the shot. No.
Nope, she's not.
Well, I got the first round on my left arm. I got it, yesterday at 1:15. I got the Moderna, so.
So how you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I felt great after the shot, but then later that night, my arm felt like I got beat with a baseball bat.
Well, I could have taken you out.
Yeah, you're like, I could have helped you with that.
I could have taken you out in the backyard, get a baseball bat, and just beat the shit out of your arm.
Well, thanks.
I could have done that.
Well, speaking of shots, and Fabricio, you can probably help me out on this. I know that in Brazil right now, you guys are experiencing your third or fourth wave. You guys are getting hammered with the COVID, and your leadership and lack thereof is definitely not helping the situation. So, once again, thank you for joining, and maybe you can enlighten us and what's going on from feet on the street, because I love to hear a perspective from somebody that's actually there versus what you can dig up in the news and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. Okay, and next.
Speaking of police and having their day in court, go ahead. Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, let me get to it.
Because this one's going to be obviously one we can expand on and talk about for a while.
Yeah. Okay, so this was from the firefighter EMT. Firefighter EMT that I guess started kind of arguing with the defense. Yeah, and the judge asked her to refrain from being argumentative towards the court, towards the prosecutors, towards the defense, towards everything.
So did you see the body camera footage?
I did not see the body camera footage.
Okay, I will walk the audience through and I'll try to paint a picture like you're visually watching it as much as I can. I've only seen it once, so I'm just going to go ahead and preference it with that. Basically, it showed after the ambulance had left, one of the witnesses basically confronted the officer and said, in so many words, you didn't have to put your knee on the back of his neck, and that you get to go home to your wife and he doesn't, and so many words. And then basically he confronted the officer while he was in his vehicle and, further, talked about the situation and how he didn't agree with it and that, and the other. But he was very respectful and even said at one point, he said to the officer, he said, hey, look, you've been respectful to me and I'm going to be respectful to you, but I don't agree with what happened and I don't agree with, how you handled it. Now, as far as the EMT that was trying to help render aid and, she was basically told off by the officers to not render aid and, not assist and not, help the situation. I kind of, saw that. And then I heard some of the testimony of, I guess it was a 9-year-old that was talking about like what he saw, what he witnessed, how he was angry and sad at the same time. And so the jury asked him, well, what do you mean by, sad? Like, why were you sad? And then, he answered and he said, well, why were you mad? And, he kind of answered basically saying mad at the situation, sad at the guy, passed type of thing. And, that he couldn't. And what was a reoccurring theme that I noticed from the 3 witnesses was the fact that they wanted to render help. They wanted to assist the guy that was dying, but they couldn't. Either they were told not to or they were afraid because of retaliation and because of getting maced or pepper sprayed or them themselves dying or, getting in an altercation. But they wanted to all help, but they literally watched and witnessed a man dying and they had no way to render aid or to stop the situation. And even the store clerk, he was a 19-year-old gentleman. He wishes he would have never have told the his manager that the guy was trying to get a pass across a fake $20 bill. And in fact, in speaking about that, he said that the $20 bill had that bluish tint to it, kind of like how a $100 bill has. Yeah. And he just red flag went off in his head, and rather than he wishes now in retrospect, because hindsight's 20/20 type thing, that he wishes he would have just given the $20 back to the guy and said, look, this is counterfeit, blah, blah, blah. Because you don't know, he could have got it down the street. You don't know the story how he obtained this $20 bill, whatever. But instead, his manager was alerted, and the manager was the one that ultimately called 911. So now the store clerk also feels kind of guilty and also said that, this could have been handled differently. Like, this did not have to be handled this way. All over, a police call over a $20 bill that was counterfeit. So what are your thoughts on that? I know that was a long spiel.
No. No, I mean, I agree. I really do. If it's a $20 bill, hey, man.
Is somebody's life matter over a $20 bill? You know what I mean?
Take this back. That's it.
And I hate this.
And leave the store. I won't call nobody. And that's it. I mean, if it was a 50, it's gonna, 100, it'd be totally different. I mean,
$100 bill, you're gonna pull your gun out yourself and shoot. Why are you trying to pass this off? I said if it was a $100 bill that was fake, you'd just pull the gun out yourself and.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'm just playing.
I wouldn't do that.
I know you wouldn't.
It was a $500 or $1,000 bill. They don't even. Those are
If
not
it was $1
in
million
circulation.
bill.
If it was $1 million, it'd be totally different.
Right.
But I mean, you know,
At the end of the day, there's no amount of money or value that, for somebody's life.
Right,
whether
right.
it be $1, $500.
and it says right here the 61-year-old witness, he testified
Yeah.
that he observed Floyd's or George's arrest on the 25th last year of May. That he encouraged George to comply with the police and repeatedly saying, you can't win, man. Just relax. Just calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, Chauvin, he kept kneeling on his neck, and he cried out for help. And they say that you can hear the 61-year-old witness can be heard on the video, telling the police get off his neck, get your knee off his neck. And so, I think that was a little bit more that was excessive, or over a $20 bill. But the thing,
of which,
go ahead. The thing is, I mean, it's simple and it's common sense that if you just comply to the officers, and if they say get on the ground, get on the ground. If they say this. I
agree with you, but then I'm going to have to completely 180-degree disagree, because he was compliant. He was in handcuffs. He was not. He was already, detained. To your point, if he was fighting and kicking and screaming, yes, then you have the right.
Well, he was fighting and kicking and screaming.
No, not when he had his neck on his.
Well,
knee
not
on his
when
neck
he
for
had
8
his
minutes.
knee on his neck. No, because they had him contained.
But then that goes against what you just said, because he was already detained. To your point, what you're describing is somebody in the process of being detained. He was already detained and had 4 other officers around him. So that, to me, he was already detained. He wasn't, kicking and screaming. And if he was, there's 3 other officers standing there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he was, man, this is just my opinion.
Kayla, he wasn't resisting.
He was resisting
for 8 minutes when he had his neck. Let me put my knee on your back of your neck, and let's see if you can resist.
No, because I have underlying issues.
Thank you.
And I don't.
And he did too, but his were drugs and other. But still,
right.
But still, if you go ADA and you go, that is a disease. Drug addiction is a disease. So technically, he is in the same realm as you. Mm-hmm. We can argue on that.
Well, he had. I mean, with him having all the drugs in his system, and everything, he had a better. Well, I don't want to say that. He unfortunately, he had a better. How can I put it? He had more of a chance of passing away like that than I would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had all that fentanyl, and he had meth and everything in his system.
Right.
And of course, I don't even want to get into that.
So Caleb says they were both wrong, not worth a life, but these situations happen for not doing the right thing.
She's sounding smart again.
Oh, look, Rusty Rudder coming in here. Fight. Fight on the podcast. We're going to duke it out.
Yeah, there's no fight on the podcast.
Now, we can agree and we can disagree. That's the whole point.
I mean, he has, Devin has his view. I have my view. It's okay, and Devin knows pretty much knows what is going to come out of my mouth, and I pretty much know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Sometimes.
What?
I said sometimes.
Sometimes I do. Well, the thing is that, I mean, I can just stare right at you and going, oh my God, okay, you know what? I don't even want to talk about this.
Right.
Because I can tell.
Right.
Well,
and nobody's ever even talked about the ADA and that, the drug addiction and the fact that he had drugs and all that stuff. They kind of take that angle, but then at the same time, they're not taking it as, that is also a disease. It's actually classified by the ADA and everything else. So
Right.
It's a slippery slope. And to Kayla's point, yes, they were both in the wrong. He should have never resisted to begin with. But does that excuse what happened? No.
But what was making him resist?
The drugs.
The drugs.
Okay. So what they need is a gigantic net and just wrap him in the net.
Yeah.
Drag the net.
Yeah, that will work.
Dude, they have them.
Yeah, let's try that.
Those guns that shoot freaking net. They're just like spider web. Like, Spider-Man. Game over. Done. You can't go anywhere. Have you ever been hit a spider web? Man, that shit's all over you. You can't get it off. You're rubbing your face.
Okay, I'll go out in the backyard and I'll walk into the spider web and see how it goes.
And let me videotape that. What? Because you're going to be like 15 minutes trying to get this shit off.
Shit. Yeah. Hey, Kathy. How you doing?
Hey, what's happening, Kathy? She says hi.
Yes, my wonderful cousin.
Welcome. I don't know if you saw or missed the fight.
We weren't.
I know.
We can recreate it.
We can recreate it. All right, what are we going to disagree on now?
I don't know. Hey, Kathy, we'll be down there on Saturday, the 2nd or the 3rd. Yeah, probably around 4.
3rd. That's right.
At the diner.
Yep. And where?
At 4th. At where?
At where? In where? Course Canner.
Course Canner.
Every podcast.
It sure is. Nikki, they should not get special consideration because they're on drugs.
Correct.
Yep.
But
that's what I was trying to say.
I'm going to have to agree, but then I'm going to have to disagree.
Okay, so disagree.
Hold on. Okay.
Disagree.
I'll give you the disagreement.
What is Kaz at the end of the day?
Hold on. Let's go topic by topic. Finish this one. We'll go to the next one.
Okay, fine.
So, let me just put it this way. If you have a mentally disabled person, are you going to handle them the same way you would handle an elderly person? No. Are you going to handle a, muscle-bound, roided out, raged, guy the same way you're going to handle a baby? No. So, to your point, I disagree because, yes, you do have to have special training and special ways of handling somebody that is all methed up or on, PCP, wherever they can take on 7 guys at once. A perfect example of that, which is actually local, which you can go look up, is the guy in Carrollton who purposely road raged and sent his vehicle into other vehicles and got out of his car and took on 4 people with guns. I don't know if y'all followed that, but there were 2 people in the video was finally released, and 2 guys had guns, and this guy was able to not only disarm these guys, he took on 4 people. Now, granted, in the end, he finally got to not beat the crap out of them, but still, you can't handle every person the same, and you would handle, somebody that's on drugs or somebody that's having a medical condition or anything else, because for all we know, he could have been ODing, and if that's the case, then it should have been handled differently.
Well, yeah, with all the fentanyl and everything that he had in his system, I think he was kind of close.
At the end of the day, Kayla says, at the end of the day, when force to be brought upon an officer, they have the right to defend themselves the right way. They go to work and have a family to go home to. Well, and that's what that guy was arguing, the 61-year-old. He said, you know what, you get to go home to your family, and Floyd doesn't. It's...
Yeah.
Yes, Kayla, criminals don't like authority of any type.
Especially when they're on drugs.
Yes.
Especially when they're on drugs. Okay, so is that the end of that one?
I don't know. We want to keep posting? We want to keep talking about it?
No. Well, the thing is, in my opinion, I think that CHAUVIN is...
And I'm playing devil's advocate, by the way. I'm playing both sides of this.
Yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think I really think that hold on, let me see what Nikki wrote.
She said, but D, you said he was on drugs and that is why he was listening, but cops are trained to obtain an end of the day. Yep, what Kayla said.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. What was I saying? I can't remember.
I don't know. You're gonna make some epiphany about what happened.
No.
Or your thoughts.
No.
You were gonna say something about your thoughts.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember.
You can't formulate them.
No, I can't remember. Oh yeah. Okay, Chauvin. He's, I think, really with everything that I've seen so far, I think he's already done. And this is what, the third day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Kind of like how Geiger was.
Yeah, but look what happened with the Geiger situation.
Yeah, but Chauvin's going to get a worse sentence than
I think so. What do you think
Geiger.
the final? Let's take a poll. Everybody's got their own opinion. We appreciate that.
Well, it's manslaughter, and or he's charged with what, 3 counts of manslaughter, and I don't even know what the penalty is on manslaughter. And where's this at? Minnesota?
I was gonna say, doesn't it vary by state by state?
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, in Minnesota. So I don't know the
laws and the
no.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was done here, then yeah, I would know. I mean, I would know.
Right.
But it's just like, should Amber get more than what she got? Yeah,
of course
she should have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, man, I was expecting 25 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't expecting when they came out with 10, because all of us in Tampa that we were watching were going, what?
Yeah, even and like I said, we had a feed going. We had people. We were bouncing ideas back and forth and everything else, and like all of us were kind of just floored that it was only 10 years.
Yeah, and so there was something else. I was going to say about Geiger. I don't know. Let me think.
Are you going to talk about the appeal, or are we going to talk about something?
No, let me think about it and come back to me.
All right. Well, we're going to hop to from U.S. news. Now we're going to go into world news. So this is kind of going back to a couple podcasts. I mentioned something about Kim Jong, I call numbnuts, launching
and his bitchy sister.
Yes. Launching, these weapons that are now they're actually called what I call smart weapons, which is they have the ability to change their trajectory and change location, and they can basically move them if the target moves that they're trying to hit. So anyway, long story short, and Patrick joked, he's like, well, at least it's not Russia. Well, and that was kind of during that podcast, I was like, well, there is some stuff going on, and that stuff kind of blew up today.
Okay, well, I was wrong.
No pun intended. No, it's fine. It's like I've been kind of following.
When I'm wrong, I admit it.
Well, congratulations. Good job.
So I was fucking wrong.
It's not about being wrong or right. You just didn't know. You didn't know what's been going on. Not what is going on, but what has been going on. So the U.S. military raises a Europe threat level to potential imminent crisis. So, and this is, I think, by the Pentagon. I actually pulled it before the Pentagon released a statement. Basically, the European Command, EUCOM, raised its threat levels in Europe to a potential imminent crisis this week as fighting between Russia and Ukrainian forces has escalated in recent days, and additional Russian troops are deployed to the region. So kind of to give you a backstory, Russia was allowed to go into Ukraine for to practice war games, and they basically never left. So if you ever had a roommate in your house and they just never left,
okay, so
I'm sure some of y'all can relate.
So they already occupied Ukraine in the first place.
Who is?
Russia.
Yeah, but they were there.
Yeah, like a couple years ago too.
Yes, and they were there for war games to practice and all this simulates and all.
Oh, okay. So they never left. They stayed.
They never left and stayed, and that's why there was protest a few years ago, and that's what I was mentioning and bringing up when we were talking about the North Korea thing, was the fact that there was riots and there was all this stuff going on, but apparently now things have escalated and Russia refuses to move out.
Right. I think Rusty is still talking about.
Yeah, he's still on the last story.
Yeah, the Floyd.
Georgia Floyd.
Yeah.
So yes, they have to punish hard, or there will be riots, and that's kind of one of the things that we've been discussing. So the question is what is the right outcome? How many years? How many years is enough?
You know what? This is my thing.
Because going back to the Amber Geiger thing, that was only 10 years.
Yeah, but
those two situations,
they're
not
totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Can't even really relate the two.
No, they're different.
Right.
It's got to be a stiff
to me, the
sentence.
The Amber Geiger thing, and I hate to say this, was worse.
I won't comment on it. But
a lot of silence.
Well, I was thinking.
Yeah, no.
So it's got to be a stiff sentence.
Actually, you know what? I take that back because Amber Geiger wasn't intentional. With this case, that was intentional.
Chauvin with Floyd was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And then Geiger
you purposely hold back.
And then Geiger.
Yeah.
Wasn't intentional.
Was not intentional. Correct.
That's not what you told me last year.
Whatever.
So are you acting like a liberal and changing your mind?
No, that's not what I said last year. Don't be mixing my words up. Don't be spinning.
No.
Shit.
I remember, and we talked about that.
No. What I said is she unintentionally went into the wrong place, right? But she intentionally, murdered and killed this guy, right? It was a dumb mistake. She walked into the wrong apartment, but it was intentional on her pulling the gun and shooting and killing the guy. So when I say unintentional, she was...
I don't think that it was intentional that she killed the guy. I don't think it was.
No?
Don't ask me to elaborate.
You can't just say that and not elaborate on it.
Well, okay, so if you're God. So if you sorry, Botham Jean is gone. He didn't deserve what he got.
No.
You know what I'm saying? From what I read, he was a good guy.
He was a good guy, good upstanding. He can't use drugs.
He
can't use any of this other crap that we're trying to.
I know some people will come back and say, well, he was only sitting on his couch eating ice cream when Amber walked in. Mm-hmm. I know people will come back and say that. He was innocent. Of course, he was innocent. And how can you walk into a wrong apartment and not?
I've done it.
Not notice.
Not notice that it's not your apartment.
Okay.
You think somebody's going to rob your place and redecorate?
So you've done it.
I have.
Okay.
In a hotel room too.
Okay.
What? No, I'm saying
nothing.
Yeah.
So you done it.
Mm-hmm. Hotel room's a little different because all the decor is the same. But yes, to an apartment, I immediately opened the door, saw that it was not my shit, and shut the door and turned around. That was it.
Yeah.
But that is most people's thought process. That's where I say that's when the intentional comes into play. Because most of us normal people, our instinct is, shit, shut the door, I'm in the wrong place, and walk the hell out, right? Can't prove it. Kayla says you can't prove it. Can't prove what?
No, I think she's still on the Oh,
okay.
You can't prove intentions if you can't. Matter of fact, you can't prove it in court.
Right.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Right.
So since you walked into a wrong apartment,
mm-hmm.
I don't know where I was going with this.
Was my first thought to pull a gun? No. And start blasting away? No. My first thought was to, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place, and shut the door and then check the number. That's everybody's fucking logical,
That is the smartest thing to do.
I mean, because that's exactly what I did. I shut the door and I looked at the damn number and I go, oh, damn, that's not my apartment. Fuck, problem solved. I didn't kick the damn door down and start blasting every fucking person that was in there.
Okay, you need to calm down. You need to calm down and go to WinStar.
I do. All right, tomorrow night, WinStar. Nah, this shit just gets me heated, man.
I know. I know.
I put myself in their both parties' shoes, not just one person's shoes. I put myself in both. It's almost like what Andy said yesterday with being an empathist, you know?
Mhm.
It's like you relate, and that's like with you and me doing storytelling and you know, with you writing and everything else and me, you know, directing and producing movies and stuff like that. It's that suspension of disbelief. You're putting yourself into their shoes. You're reenacting and replaying what happened that night and what transpired. Yes, we don't have all the details. We aren't physically there, but it helps you understand what happened by putting yourself in their shoes and the right and wrong things to do, because once again, hindsight is 2020. We all have the answers after the fact, but that doesn't help the situation and it doesn't solve the problem. You know, and at the end of the day, there's, you know, 2 people dead because of mistakes that were made.
Right.
In the Amber thing, mistake was made, and that's what I was trying to mention, is that she walked in the wrong damn apartment. In this situation, mistake was made as he, you know, not only didn't let people render aid, he just blatantly stayed on top of this guy's neck.
I think what probably would have been easier if that instead of Geiger pulling her gun, if she would just pull her taser.
And that would
have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, you know, she wouldn't, you know, be in as much trouble as what she was in. And it's not a presidential debate.
Oh, we're not talking about politics, Kayla. So yes, we know it's not a presidential debate.
Okay, so what do you think about that economy? How can you improve it?
So
no. I don't even get Biden out. Anyway, no.
No,
That's
I think that slid into the airways, my friend.
Yeah, I did. It's okay. I mean, oh my God, why?
YL.
YL what?
What does YL mean? You're laughing? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not judge and jury, and, you know,
I'm just glad I'm not part of that jury up there.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not part of the jury. I wasn't part of the jury with Geiger's case either.
Yeah. Man, I think a lot of us felt like we were, though, as much as we watched it and, like, felt like we were a part of the jury. And
Right. Well, Geiger shouldn't have done... Thing is, Amber shouldn't have done what she did. She should have just pulled the taser, and that was it. You know, the taser would have taken care... If she thought that she was in her apartment and she saw a shadowy figure, she could have just pulled the taser, used the taser, or not use the taser, and just stand there and listen to Botham and just say, okay, I'm sorry, I have the wrong apartment. I'm going to leave. Unless because, you know, some stuff that came up during the trial, did Botham and Amber have a little thing going?
that's what I was wondering. And they, you know, they had all these people investigating it. What did they ever determine? Did they ever determine?
They didn't determine anything. They just
because that was like a whole plot twist and a whole that painted that story.
Because at first I thought
completely different. Yeah.
Because at first I thought that Geiger and Botham had something going on, and Botham broke up with her, and she's all
like a love hate.
Yeah, all been out of shape. Oh my God,
like
you know, and everything. You know, kind of like a crazy woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All women are crazy, by the way. It's to what degree?
I'm not commenting on that, but so Botham could have said, okay, you know what, no more Amber, no more, I don't want nothing else to do with you and all that crap. And she could, and with her working on the police force and everything, I mean, and then seeing all the incidents that she's seen and everything just fucking with her head and all that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, it could put you in a totally different arena if you know. Mm-hmm. If you, it's kind of like my mother saw 191 crash. It's kind of like me seeing, like we were talking earlier, kind of like me seeing 1141 just try to take off with the flaps in position at DFW, you know, in 88. And Jesus Christ, I was only 21 when that happened. And I mean, that can that can fuck with you pretty good, because it did my mother with 191. It did with me, and I could still replay it in my mind, 30 years later, and all that. But they probably could have had something, but Amber went a different direction after Botham, and then she started screwing around with a married cop.
Right. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, either way, like this.
You don't mess with Comat. And what I mean by that is that you don't mess with people that you work with.
I always call it you don't shit where you eat. That's kind of the
Yeah. Well, it's always that's just the term from the airline business is that, you just don't mess with Comat.
Well, like one of the worst industries for that,
which is company material.
Thank you for that explanation.
Sure.
The audience feels enlightened now. One of the worst industries, like I was going to say, is the restaurant industry where, like, everybody is sleeping with everybody.
That's like the airline industry.
Yeah, from what I hear. I was never in that industry. That was the one industry that I've not
That's
been
one of the worst. The divorce rate.
The stories I've heard, I'm like... Oh.
The divorce rate in the airline industry is like fucking 110%. No, I don't want to say that. It's probably about 75.
I was going to say, wait, you're going to get divorced before you even get married? That's 110%.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, you ask the girl of your dreams, to marry you and everything, and then 7 months later, goes, no. You think you got something going, which is, with a employee or whatever, and you, I don't think I want to marry this chick, and all that. And then, so.
Because that one in Brazil was way better. Or the one in Horse Canner.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, I just had to.
Yeah. Course Canner.
Course Canner.
Why does Course Canner always come up in our
podcast?
Every podcast.
It's like the damn
hell. Why don't we
brown
just go ahead?
Catalina.
Yeah, no. Why don't we just go ahead and bring up Ennis too? What the hell? And Waxhatchee.
I'm really surprised when I started talking about the Dallas police and the street racing. You didn't bring up the
the Pontiac Catalina.
Yeah, I was like, man, I even gave you a perfect opportunity.
I was thinking about that. I could have took my 1973 Pontiac Catalina down there and outraced all those motherfuckers. I mean, even you hear the like that. Come on, baby. You got it. I know we're in last place. I know we're in last place, but man, I got my foot on the pedal. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we lost. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, but so that's my deal. You just don't mess with Comat.
Right. That makes sense.
Period.
Yeah.
And I've stressed that to a few people.
Don't shit where you eat.
Right. And I've stressed that to a few people and everything, and just don't do it. Don't do it because I mean, if you get a breakup, don't do it.
You gotta stare at them every single day.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, what?
What I'm talking about is that if you break up with them, and you piss your girlfriend off or your ex-girlfriend off enough, guess what you got filed against you?
Oh shit!
Sexual harassment.
Wow.
And that will fuck your world.
Are you speaking from personal experience or? Oh shit! I think I uncovered something.
Yeah, you did, and that's a story for later.
Off the air?
Well, no. I mean, I can talk about it. It's no big deal.
No,
because I was 21 or 22.
This actually brought up something that I forgot about that literally happened when I was 21 as well. To your point. So if you want me to talk about it, and then
I don't care.
Okay,
go ahead.
So I was actually bartending at a place called Shuck and Jive, and the girl I was dating at the time, very jealous girl, whatever, she went through my phone and called and text every freaking number in my text, like a gigantic group message, and one of those messages went to my boss, and she was a female. Oh, and by the way, the messages she sent out were all to females. Anybody that had a female name, you were like, you had a target on your back. So anyway, one of those females was my boss. And she talked to me about it, and then I was fired. And I was like, that pisses me the fuck off. Maybe that's why I hate jealous and insecure people. That's fucking one of it cost my damn job. But yeah, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I mean, Kayla says guys do crazy shit too. It's not all girls. Yeah, I get that.
Hey, well, you girls can get together and y'all can have your own podcast.
It works both ways. It works both ways. I mean, it works both ways.
It does.
You know, I mean, the guy can walk up to.
Kayla, and to your point, yes, I know you've had some crazy stories as well with crazy guys. So yes, I understand completely. And this is not a one side or the other.
No, it's not.
It's on both sides. So
no,
I'm sure that we all. And then, in fact, you know what? We're gonna open up the comments right now. Let's hear your horrific stories, and we can talk about them.
Everybody that's in here.
So that way,
everybody that's in here.
Yep. I know y'all like to talk.
Throw it on there.
Now's your opportunity to tell us your horror story.
This is counseling session right fucking now. All right?
Let us be your counselor.
Okay, we will. No, not you, Devin.
Oh.
I will be.
Hey.
I will be your counselor. Okay? I will be the counselor. Or both of us can be the counselor.
I'll be your love doctor.
No, you won't be my love doctor.
Not you.
Oh.
Why is everything got to be about you?
No. I'm saying, no, I changed everything.
Oh, okay.
I said that both of us can be their counselors.
Yeah.
And everything, and I will give opinion. You can give opinion.
Well, can we do good cop, bad cop?
I can be the bad cop. Oh, do you want to be the bad cop?
I'm usually the bad guy, so I'll be the bad cop.
Okay, you be the bad guy. I'll be the good guy.
All right, that's cool.
All right, so bring them out.
Bring them on.
Come on.
Let her rip.
Let's see if they come out with them. I see nothing yet.
Well, we'll let them come. I'm gonna go ahead, since we're on this topic, which actually relates to the next topic.
What topic?
So we're gonna do a new part of our segment called business news. An Amazon delivery driver who has peed in water bottles and eaten lunch out of his van is now hating and the fact that their vans are now surveillanced by said company, Amazon. And so that's why I was talking about, like, you know, bad relationships and things that people got, you know, in my situation, got fired at my work. Well, this guy here, he's, you know, took on this job, and now all of a sudden, because of the holidays, the Amazon decided to install cameras in and outside of the vans. Well, apparently, they use AI, and the AI is supposed to keep the driver or notify the driver when they're not alert and when they're not paying attention. The problem with that is every time he goes to change the station or turn the volume up or whatever, it alerts the AI that he's not paying attention, and so he gets a notification. Same thing with his phone. So, and it's funny because, you know, Amazon repeatedly denied the claims that drivers are having to pee in bottles and this, that, and the other. But based on what I've saw, they have 60 seconds to get a package from their van all the way onto the porch and then get back to their van and get back on the route. Most of them have 200 packages a day that they have to deliver. So a lot of these places, and you got to think about where they're delivering, are in rural areas where there's no bathrooms or there's nowhere to go potty. So what do you do in that situation? Well, a lot of these guys took it upon themselves to not get... Oh, yeah, and they get docked, too, by the way. So if you're late or if you have to stop and go pee or whatever, you actually do get docked. And, Kayla, I'm sure you can relate to this. Performance and, reliability and that sort of thing as far as your quality control and your point system. Apparently, Amazon is doing the exact same thing where they are penalizing their people for production because they're not producing because they're too busy going pee. So a lot of them have resorted to peeing in bottles.
Stupid.
So what's the solution?
Rip the cameras out.
Rip the cameras out?
Yeah,
Well, that's not going to help the peeing situation. What, are they going to pee in the camera?
No, just rip the cameras out because, I mean...
So, yeah, and so here comes... So I watched something the other day, and it was talking about how people, are anti-government, watching them, and with the whole thing with Snowden and everything else where the government, can watch you at any given time. They were basically saying it's not the government you need to watch out. It's all these private companies that have more access to data than the government ever could. And the problem is we as consumers, we invite this into our house. When we buy Amazon Alexa, it's listening, and thank God I blocked it so she didn't fire up. And our phones, it's what they call an always-on device, and these devices are always on, and they always are listening, and they always know when and where you are. And then I'm about to lay some bombs right here. So having inside information on the telecom business and certain other aspects of AI and machine learning, the amount of information we can obtain from somebody is absolutely mind-blowing. I can tell you when you're going to the bathroom. I can tell you for how long. I can tell you if you're sitting. I can tell you if you're driving. I can tell you if you're walking. I can tell you if you're crawling. I could tell you what you're watching, when you're watching it, who you're watching it with. The information that we can obtain, if we wanted to, these private companies, will blow your mind. And it's more than anything a government organization or entity could, ever wish they could, gain, unless they access, obviously, those servers, which we all know that the biggest companies are all in cahoots with the government, and they all have ongoing contracts and everything else to be able to access data and certain things. And that's actually one of the things that's been with Apple, not allowing government agencies to access phones and that sort of stuff. But as they've just released, there's been a huge bug, and so unfortunately there's no system that's fail-safe.
Nope, there's not.
So speaking...
After everything you just said, nope, there's not.
It's better than yep.
Well, nope, there's not.
So speaking of Amazon, they're in the news again, but for a different reason. Biden singles out Amazon for not paying federal taxes. And I remember I was talking to you about this, and then you were like, I have something to say. Just imagine, Amazon is what? One of the multi-billion-dollar, Bezos is one of the richest men in the world, and they're not paying any federal tax. Are you
no comment?
So let me get this straight. So every one of the employees is paying federal tax, right?
Yeah.
So why in the hell is the company not paying federal tax?
They should.
All right. Well, I'm glad we could agree on something.
They
brother.
should. I mean, they have to report. They have to report whatever.
The funny thing is about the article is that Biden is saying that they should. That he basically pointed out that they're not paying federal taxes.
Yeah. And
he's like, and they should, and that's it. Like, not, I'm going to do this, this, and this in order to ensure that they're going to pay, or, I'm going to make sure that, when they don't pay, obviously that's affecting all of us because we got to make up for all this money that's going out in the economy and everything else, and all the stimulus checks. It's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
And it ain't coming from Bezos.
Nope.
And it ain't coming from Amazon, apparently.
Nope. Mm-mm. So what is next? Nobody has commented on nothing about the
what's up with that? Nobody wants to air their dirty laundry, apparently.
No, that's
all right. Well, moving on ahead.
Well, I mean, I just gave my thoughts, but I mean,
so some Stanford scientists they have deconstructed the Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines and published the recipe for all to see. So basically what they did, let me put it in layman's terms, is they back engineered or reverse engineered the vaccines. So what they did is they took some vials and stuff from that had some leftover remnants from people that have gotten injected, and they were able to go reverse engineer and get all of the RNA and all that sort of stuff, and they basically released it to the public so that way anybody and everybody can research it and, make sure that, they're not allergic to it. And if there's any issues in the future, they can go figure out where the issue lies based on the information that they have uncovered and unlocked and unleashed and made public.
Right.
And I think this might be a trend that's going to start, and hopefully it does, is that when big companies come up with revolutionary vaccines or something that's going to help the world, that they should make it public knowledge and they should release it. I don't think any one person should hold the keys to the castle whenever it's something that affects everybody. And I think that needs to be some kind of a law or some kind of a something enacted that, that doesn't happen. That basically, because, like Tesla, a lot of Nikola Tesla, a lot of the patents and stuff, and a lot of the things that he came up with will never see the light of day, because why? Nobody could make money off of them.
Right.
So the government and, all them, and not to, get into conspiracy theories and everything else, which that's going to be our next topic.
Conspiracy.
That ought to wake up the crowd again.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah. What about the flu shot? Well, Pam, to your point, this is one of the first times that this has ever been done. It's been done by Stanford University, so that's what I'm hoping, that this starts basically a chain of events, and hopefully this evolves and more companies are more forth with flu shots and that sort of stuff. I think that we are in a technological breakthrough with the RNA and the stuff that's going on with the COVID and how they're handling it and how they're doing it differently than the flu shot. So I think that's the key, and it's kind of like when you have like an open source product. When you have more people collaborating and more people expanding on ideas versus if you're just a one little entity, then you only have your network of engineers and your network of people working on a common goal. I think open source and opening that, the flu shot, the COVID and everything else, I think opening that platform up and making it kind of like open source, where you can have more eyes and more ears and more engineers and more people, biochemists and everything else working on something and looking at something. I mean, it's like they always say, the more eyes on a project or whatever, the better, than, just a couple eyes on it, because look at the mistakes that happened with freaking Johnson & Johnson. I mean, those mistakes could have been avoided if they had more eyes on it and more people paying attention and that sort of thing. So I think opening it up and opening the source. And my thing is how many of those went out before they realized it? If this happened several weeks ago, how many of those went out before they realized it? You know what I mean? It just makes you kind of think, kind of wonder.
Did you take smart pills today?
No, I didn't. I ran clean the fuck out.
You took smart pills.
Man, if they had them, maybe they should open source that.
Yeah, right. So what if the vid shot, Moderna and Pfizer and J&J,
yeah,
what if that could take care of the flu shot too?
It might, because it is manipulating your actual RNA. It's a lot different than the flu shot.
That's what I think.
Flu shot.
That's what I think is that the vid shot or the vid vaccine will take care of. Will take care of the flu shot.
Kayla says it's not about that. Standardized workflow is the best strategy to avoid production mistakes. I guess she's referring to the J&J and how things got screwed up.
She took a smart pill too.
She did. Damn it.
She took a smart pill.
Yes, as far as the workflow and things getting screwed up, yes, that is completely different. But I was referring to the open source. The opening up the ability to find out the ingredients and the makeup.
That's what I want to know, what the ingredients are before I even take it.
That was one of your first questions, because when you have allergies like you and I do, like to certain medications and stuff, one of the first questions you want to know is what the hell is in it, and am I allergic to it?
Yeah, because I don't want to be allergic to anything that's in it.
Yes,
it's probably a long shot.
To your point, yes. She says because we never get flu shot. Well, you know what? The few times that I did have it, I was more sick than when I didn't have it, so I said, screw that. Because basically the flu shot, they're giving you
Okay, Kayla.
low doses of the food. Not the food. The flu.
Food.
Wait, did we eat yet?
Yeah, we already ate.
Okay. Wait, that was at like 3. Maybe you ate. I don't know.
I got to go back and check and see if I ate. Yeah, I already ate, I think.
Kayla says, no, that's what I do for a living, Sprout.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's a myth.
What's a myth?
What's a myth?
Yeah, what's a myth? No, it's not. It's not a live culture. Which one, the COVID or the flu? We'll have to wait for that answer.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for it.
It's okay.
So, that's my issue is I want to know what's in it before I take it.
Right.
When I went to go see my doctor on the 15th, when I went to go see my... You get the flu from the flu shot. Okay.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. So when I went to go see my doctor on the 15th of March, I asked her, I said,
you didn't ask her?
no, I didn't ask her.
Oh.
I would never,
You
ever,
would never ask her?
I would never ask Dr. Cohn.
Kayla would ask her. She asks everybody.
But I talked to her about the vaccine and everything, and she literally came out and asked me, she goes, how do you feel about it? And I told her, and I said, I don't know what's in it.
You talking about the flu or you talking about the COVID?
The COVID.
Okay, I think you said flu. So
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh my God, y'all are terrible at following feed. Well,
Clearly, we're not terrible at following the feed. You're terrible at freaking elaborating on what your comment was.
you ask what is a myth.
Yes, we're asking, is it the COVID or the flu?
Okay, so anyway, let me get back to Dr. Khan.
All right, thank you for derailing the
Okay,
show,
Dr.
Caleb.
Khan.
We're putting you on pause for a minute.
Nah, don't
Go
put
ahead.
her on pause,
I'm
man.
kidding.
You never put your
I
on
know.
pause, man. That's bad.
Love you long time.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, you heard it on the air.
Yeah, that's bad news, man.
Oh, she says good night. She's leaving us.
Oh,
Got her feelers hurt. I'm just playing, babe.
It's okay.
So going back to Dr.
She said bye.
Khan.
So
Bye,
anyway,
Kayla.
Dr. Khan asked me how I felt about the COVID.
Right, about the vid.
Yeah, about the vid,
Right.
the vid shot.
Mhm.
And so anyway, I told her, I said, I have no clue what's in it. I want to know what's in it because I have underlying health issues.
Right. You
And she
wanna know
goes,
how-
yeah, of course.
Right.
Of course. I said, I've heard about Moderna. And what about Pfizer or J&J? And she said, let's wait and see, see what the reactions are with, Pfizer and J&J and all that. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'll wait. And so she's eventually going to, I know that she's going to eventually tell me, you know what, go ahead and get the Moderna. Right. Go ahead and get this. You have the underlying issues and everything. And so
and that's
I'm waiting on
that's the vid shot that I got, by the way, just so y'all
yeah, good for you. And
what's the Moderna? No, I'm just putting it out there because
yeah.
if I grow a third head or something like that, y'all know what happened. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah. So I'm waiting on my doctor to let me know, hey, you know what, go ahead and take this.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And waiting on the cardiologist, and I have no clue what's in it.
Right.
And right now, I don't want to take it. I just, they came out with the vaccine too fast, and I don't want to. I don't want to take chances. Because I already have that chance. Yep. Okay, off my soapbox. So, anyway, yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing about the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And I got gray hair. Right.
Mm-hmm.
There. Holy shit. Is that gray or just silver?
I think it's silver.
Same thing as gray. Fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, silver or gray.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all turning gray. I'm about to lose it all anyway. Might as well just shave it off.
Shave it. Go bald. No.
But yeah, that's my thing
Uh-huh.
about the vid shot. I
So let me ask you this. What if you're on set and you're getting cast and crew? What are you going to do about...
You would have to ask that.
I know I do.
Son of a bitch. Well, so far, I mean, I've been tested 3 times.
Right.
Negative.
But what about your cast and crew?
Well,
Because you and I have been on enough sets that you know that you're close proximity with everybody there.
Well, yeah. I know. And
I mean, look at Tom Cruise losing his shit because of that.
I mean, sorry. If it makes people feel comfortable on the set, then I will happily wear my mask. Up to right here.
Well, remember...
Up here to right here.
Remember, Abbott said that COVID's gone, so we're good, right?
My God.
Just FYI, that's kind of like an ongoing joke because everybody, because we were like one of the first states to...
Abbott said COVID's gone tomorrow.
Yep. So it's kind of the running ongoing joke, is it?
Right.
But yeah, it was an interesting topic that one that just literally popped in my head. We were talking about the vid and talking about the vaccination, and then I was like, oh, we have a shoot this weekend. So, yeah, what are we going to do about the whole people being, vaccinated or lack thereof, people wearing masks, lack thereof, sanitation, like, man.
Okay, you know what? This is what I'll do.
What are you going to do?
I will call my doctor.
Uh-huh.
I will call my doctor.
Your doctor, okay.
Tomorrow.
What are you going to call him? Fuck face? What are you going to
No. Say, she.
Oh, she, okay.
Hey, beautiful, what's up?
Hey, baby.
No. I say, hey, beautiful, what's up?
Wait, is she a love?
No, she's not. Can I get a blood test for antibodies?
Right.
I'll do that.
There you go.
Because I know, dude, I'm telling you, man.
You think you can get that done by tomorrow?
I can get that done tomorrow.
Before the shoot?
I can hold on.
All right,
I can get that tomorrow.
Right.
And then get the results on Friday.
There you go.
Okay.
Awesome.
So the thing is I mean, I can do that. Which I think that I already have the antibodies. I really do, because I was sick for 3 weeks last year when I was in Tampa, along with everyone else that was sick at the same damn time. I mean, we were getting 5, 6, 7 call-ins a day before COVID came out. Yeah, before COVID came out, and there were some people that I worked with that, yes, I can, Pam, that COVID came out in February, or it came out during, you know what I'm saying? During, the first of the year, of 20. Yeah, I know Friday's Good Friday. So, or I can just I can call them tomorrow, go in and...
I think what Pam's saying is, are they going to be able to turn around the results that fast?
Yeah, they will, because they have their own labs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think.
I mean, how do you think I got my labs quick the last time when they called me the next day and told me that everything was normal?
Probably because you talked to the doctor is beautiful.
No, that's not it. That's not it. The nurse called and told me everything is normal. Even your bad cholesterol is down. That's good. But you're still, you're still this.
Yeah.
You
don't
this.
want to violate OSHA.
Oh my God.
Actually, you know what? That's okay. So that's what started this whole government versus private company. So you know how OSHA works, right? Like, doctors and stuff like that can't release information, but
no, they can't.
Organizations can.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
They can't.
They can.
It's violating against HIPAA.
Use a what?
It's violating against HIPAA.
Well, HIPAA, but yeah. So, anyways, that's what started the whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah,
they can't come out with nothing.
But other companies can release
because
information on other companies.
Because I almost got a company against. I almost got a company, or thought about getting a company in trouble because they were violating HIPAA.
Well, I'm talking. Companies can't, go to your medical company, but companies can release information to other companies, not non-medical.
What are you talking about?
Like data, information, that sort of stuff.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Do it all the time. I can do it right now.
Oh, so you can tell another company.
I can share your data with anybody I want to. I can share anybody's data with anybody I want to. HIPAA laws don't
even get me started on HIPAA.
And I mean, data.
Kayla will back me up on this.
Hold on. I'm not talking about HIPAA. Calm down for a second. I'm talking about data.
I am calm.
Okay. No, I'm talking to Kayla too. So all of a sudden, apparently, she woke back up, and now she's. No, I'm talking about data transfer, data information, not just HIPAA, not medical.
They can't do that.
Yes, they can. They do it all the time.
No, they can't.
Oh my God! I can show you graph after graph and part. I can show you company names.
Okay,
give
me the company names with my name on it. That's going to different companies.
That's easy. They do it. Every company does it.
Okay,
it's called data sharing.
No, show me.
I can easily show you.
Okay,
I have charts.
Hold on.
Yeah.
After this, show me. I want to know the company that is receiving all of my stuff, all my medical stuff.
No. I didn't say medical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See,
I said data.
Okay.
So that's where I'm like, hold on.
Make it clear.
That's what I said.
Then you need to make it clear that it's not about
right.
Not about medical.
Right.
But okay.
It's every data, everything other than how
okay,
many times
that's fine.
But
just make it clear that it's not about medical.
Right.
Okay. So if it's not about medical, that's fine. But if it's about medical, I want to know where it's coming from and going to, because I will easily win that lawsuit.
Right.
Period. End of story.
Thank you for that service announcement.
What?
About you suing companies and stuff. Yeah, I wasn't referring to medical. I was just talking about data. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about medical, but you were coming out saying data, and I was assuming that it was a medical
data. No, it's not
medical data.
Right,
so
right.
Yeah, make it clear.
I will. But hold on. But here's what's fucked up. So I could look at your transaction data. I can look at your credit card, right? Your credit card information that you use to pay your hospital bill. And then I can use that dollar amount to figure out what procedure you had done. Scary, but it's true.
A medical procedure?
Yeah. That's easy. That's child's play. I hate to say it, but that's probably the easiest information.
Okay. So there's medical data out there.
Medical
data,
right? They can link. No, I'm talking about data. I can use your credit card information to figure out what you spent at the hospital, and I can figure out how long you were there. I can figure out based on...
Well, I have no problem with that because I don't use any credit cards at the hospital.
Okay, well, that's good for you.
Because the insurance pays for it.
Right.
Because the insurance that I'm covered on pays for it.
And you don't think that insurance company doesn't sell your data?
If that insurance company sells that data, it's no longer going to be. It's no longer going to be United Healthcare. It'll be Patrick Martin Healthcare.
Patrick Martin Healthcare.
Fucking A. I'll tell you that right now. So and Kayla, everything is coded different.
Yes.
That's
why I was mentioning transaction data, which is pay data.
Okay, so you would be able to find out that I had rotator cuff surgery on my right shoulder last year.
Well, I could tell I could tell a lot of things, yeah.
Okay. How would you be able to verify that?
It's not a verify, it's a hypothesis. It's a data-driven decision, which is what I did for a living. It's a decision that's made based on data, based on the information you have, based on AI and algorithms, and based on machine learning. I could figure out based on a list of all the procedures and what those costs are, and what the cost is per hospital stay, what is the cost per patient. I could figure out how many days you were there. I could figure out what you had done by the cost, by the transactional data.
Yes, I agree, Kayla.
Yes, if you're going by insurance data.
Okay, so
I'm just saying.
So you would be able.
Anything
So
and
you'd be able to
everything-
find out. So you'd be able to find out on the date and how much it cost when I first had the cardiac event, and what they did when they did the cardiac catheterization the first time.
Time and dates are kind of irrelevant in a data field of when a certain incident happened. More important is what happened, who did it happen with, how long, and what is the cost, associated to the person. The dates and all that stuff doesn't really. Nobody cares about the date. Honestly, if I'm going to sell your data, nobody gives a shit when this happened. I mean, yes, to a certain point, there is a window of when you went in, for whatever procedure, based on the data. And it just depends on what data source you have. Depends on what, and then you can use heat mapping and everything else to basically paint the entire picture.
So you can paint the entire picture of.
Yes, Kayla, every hospital cost is not the same. That's why you would know from the transactional data where the hospital was that you're in, based on a lot of different other datas, like based on your cell phone and based on any calls that were made. You can IP track. You want to go down the dark rabbit hole, I can do this all day long.
Oh, I know how much it costs to have that catheterization.
Yeah.
The cardiac catheterization.
Well, and to Kayla's point, each hospital is going to charge a different.
Oh yeah,
there's no uniform
Texas
price.
Health.
Yeah.
Texas Health, and I mean like Harris and Presby, and all that.
Yes, Kayla. Not all prices and everything are static, and that's exactly why.
No, it's not. It's all different. Everything is different,
and it's all based on the data you have. And the more data you have, the more picture, the bigger picture, and better picture, and sharper, cleaner image. It's just like with a camera. The more megapixels, the more data you have in that picture, the brighter, clearer picture that is. And that's the same way with the data industry, and it's the same way with what I'm talking about with AI and machine learning and everything else. Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Right.
I already posted that. So anyway, yes, it's scary. That's all I was trying to allude to with that whole scenario is just the amount of things we can tell based on.
Okay, so back to HIPAA.
Oh, Jesus.
Just kidding. No, I mean,
It's all good.
No, I mean,
It's mind blowing. It really.
no. I know it is.
Yeah.
But when I had that cardiac event and everything. I mean, there was people there. There was people there calling my cardiologist and calling the hospital to verify that I was there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. And I mean, actually, I kind of dared them to do it, and that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm very, very particular. Very, very particular about who knows my shit, who knows on the HIPAA, and there is only 3 people that's on, or actually 4 that's on my HIPAA at Dr. Collins and Roston's the cardiologist.
Right.
That's it, no more. And
Kayla, I'll answer this here in a second.
And if I find out that it goes somewhere else beyond those 4 people, welcome to Patrick Martin's Heart Institute. Welcome to Patrick Martin's MD.
So I will. Before I got really, really big into data and stuff, I always was. You give me a challenge that you say I can't do something or whatever, then I'm gonna do it. So I was dating this girl like a long ass time ago. And the more I found out about her father, the more like he basically moved out to Farmersville, out in the middle of nowhere, right? And this is before Farmersville became, semi sort of populated. He was all, bragging and this, that, and the other about like not being able to be found and all this stuff because apparently he didn't pay his taxes, didn't pay his federal taxes. And in fact, I learned a little legal loophole that a lot of these big companies and organizations use, which is using their corporation. And basically, I'm not going to go into that whole thing because I don't want to. I don't want the IRS knocking on my door. But anyway, long story short, he basically said he was hiding out. This whole reason he lived there. Why are you knocking? You the IRS now?
Devin G. Ewert. G stands for Gaylord.
Oh my God!
We're here to take you in because you talk about the IRS. There's a police officer waiting down the road. You need to come with us.
Nah, that's okay. I'll pass.
Okay.
So I've paid all my taxes and did all my stuff.
Our back.
So anyway, he kept saying about how he couldn't be found and that he obviously. So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I bet I can find you. Sure enough, you know how I found him? Pilot's license. I had to register it with the.
Of course, pilot license.
And he was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Kayla, did you count all the loopholes yourself?
She did. Apparently, there's a lot of zeros in those loopholes.
1 million.
1 million.
That reminds me of
Actually, that's a billion, actually.
Austin Powers. $1 million.
All right, so now I can go back to answer Kayla's thing. The cost is not the same for every person, policy, place. Each insurance has personalized negotiated rate. All blah, 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 blah.
I agree with that. Yes, they do.
Yes, it is, and that's really easy to figure out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
all I got to do is go, I know Patrick works at so-and-so.
Yeah.
And I know so-and-so has this provider. And I know this is their negotiated rate because I can find that information.
Oh, I know the negotiated rate.
Thank you.
Between Texas Health and United.
Yep. It's really, throw an obstacle, that's fine. I can find 15 ways to get past it.
Right.
It's not that hard.
Right. Well,
you're right, Kayla. It is public knowledge, and I didn't say this was a breach. I didn't say it was anything illegal. What I was saying is that the amount of data is out there. Yes, I can. Don't tempt me.
Wow.
I will find your life history.
Okay, well, I will leave that to you two.
I'm just playing.
Okay, I'll challenge. Oh, God. Just don't sing. It'll be okay. Kayla, just don't sing.
Oh, shit. You got dissed.
I'm sure on the way down the course canter.
Oh, dude,
I'm sure that I'll be covering my ears going, oh, God, please stop. Please stop. Here's $100. Will you stop? No. Because I'm worth more than $100.
We're going to have to mic her up on the way there.
And get it. Okay, 101. Here. Stop. Shit. Yeah.
All right. I think it's about that time.
Yeah, it's almost that time.
It's almost that time.
And we'll probably end up continuing this conversation about
Jesus.
the fucking hip. No, we won't. We won't. Because, all
I was saying is
I know the law.
The rabbit hole. Yeah.
I know. It's cool, man.
Because
if I did find out,
I'm going to hurt someone.
I will own every freaking hospital in Texas.
It's Martin Air and Martin Hospital.
Yeah.
Enjoy your stay.
And then you can hear me on the intercom. Welcome. In a world.
I was waiting for that to come.
In a world where you can just walk around without a mask.
Whoa.
In my hospital.
That's mind-blowing. Wait, are the doctors not wearing masks either? Because that's kind of concerning.
Yeah.
Whoops, I absolutely hocked a loogie in a patient I was working on.
Now you got.
I never liked that guy anyway.
Now you got the bit. Well, he's a regular anyway, so he's in here to get morphine. So,
right.
So, people do that.
Oh, I know. There's people I saw and heard that intentionally get hurt just so they can
get morphine or
morphine.
Morphine, Finnegan. Yeah.
Phenedrin or
Finnegan.
Yeah, it's a messed up world, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why we'd like to talk about it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For more information,
well, hell, everything's all fucking
Frustration Unlimited. And to be a guest on the show, go to booking to see previous shows. Go to podcasts to see audio and all that good stuff. Check us out on iTunes, Apple, Spotify, iHeart. Basically, there's a list of 20 something.
YouTube. Did you already say YouTube?
No, I didn't say YouTube.
YouTube. Check out YouTube.
So you can take us with us, with you, everywhere we go.
Yep.
We can fit in your pocket.
Yeah.
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 All right, everybody. Y'all have
All
a
right.
wonderful night. Thanks again. Like I said, check out our website, book the show, and we'll see you and catch you next time.
All right. Later, y'all. Y'all take care.
Have a good night, y'all.
See y'all Friday.